looking at this story, what would Jesus do?
You see, this is the problem of religion. You see, religion is man setting up principles, putting up ways to worship a god or reach a god or appease a god and all that. But why Christianity, is God now coming for you and telling you, hey, I want to live my life in you. I want to live through you. Now, if you look at what's happening here right now, you find out it's a question of one human being coming up with an ideology and influencing a set of people and saying, this is it. And another person comes up and say, no, there's something wrong with that one. And then try to convince these people. And at the end of the day, you see two people on top fighting against each other. Now, they don't do the fighting themselves. Their followers now do the fighting for them.
And 3 people have allegedly died.
And that's the thing with religion. That's just the challenge with religion. And this is so appalling, actually. It's painful because our fight should be against the devil, not against ourselves. We can have our differences. We can have our misunderstandings. Allow me, I have a right to believe what I want to believe. You have a right to believe what you want to believe. If you don't accept mine, just like they have left to go and start their own, why the fight?
Now, religion was brought to Africa.
Okay.
By colonizers.
Okay.
By the whites.
Okay.
They brought religion to us.
Okay.
Before religion came into Nigeria, and I'm talking about Christianity, so not the whole religion, because we are talking about the church. Before Christianity came into Nigeria, we had all sorts of practices. We had
all sorts of religion.
We had all sorts of religion, and we had traditional practices.
Yeah.
If you look at, Chino Achebe's book, we had the way we settled disputes, we had the way we handled our matters. The gods were actually, active, as it were, if I'll put it that way just now. The gods were active in serving judgments. Now, Christianity came. Do you think, when you look at this story now, and where we are headed as Christians, do you think Christianity has actually helped us as a people?
The truth of the matter is that if we talk about Christianity in its...
I would have asked based on religion, but since this happened in a church...
That's what I'm saying.
Right, so I want to stick with Christianity.
Yes. Christianity, for what it truly is, has helped. Do you know that if you remove the churches today, I know that there are churches that are getting it wrong, like in every sector of life. You will always have these people that always enter there for what they gain, their own selfish interest.
Right.
But the truth is, if you remove churches today from Nigeria, there will be so much violence in the street, because there will be so much suicide. Why? Because this is someone who is angry and he walks into church and the pastor is saying forgive. This is someone who is feeling so frustrated. As you walk into church during the worship, it's as if the whole thing is lifted. You walk out with hope that tomorrow will be better.
Right. Now, do you think that many people, you talked about certain people that are not getting it right.
Yeah.
Now, we have the followers fighting.
Yeah.
Right. Do you think these fighting followers, Christianity, I'm a Christian myself, we are here to follow God. Do you think people have lost focus on whom they're supposed to follow?
Yeah,
and they are now worshippers of men? Because you won't fight and get killed for somebody for something so trivial over leadership.
The truth is that man...
Do you think people are now brainwashed?
No, the truth about it is that man, even as you're seated here right now, the way you are dressed is influenced. You saw someone else. You grew up seeing people dressed in a certain way. Whether we like it or not, we must follow something at every moment of our lives. That's the way man is created.
Okay.
Man, there is no body under heaven right now that is not under an influence. But the problem here now is, what influence are you under? And that's the place of leadership. And that's why I said the problem is the leaders of these two
factions.
Yes. That is where the issue is. It's leadership. It's a leadership issue here. Not the people. It's a leadership issue. And that's why I was saying that we know that there are people who have come into church just because of what they can gain. Not because they want to preach Christ. Not because they want to preach the living God. They've come in for themselves. And such people will draw the people to themselves. Because if you check these people now that are fighting, if you check very, very well, these same people now have been blessed in one way or the other. Because that is actually what increased their loyalty. Your loyalty doesn't grow if you are not gaining something. If you're not learning something from this person. If you can't look at your life and say, oh, my life has moved forward by virtue of my following this person. That's why they can actually kill for it. Even look at even the political world, even on this other Islam, you can see a man, a politician, just say, please go and kill that man for me. And they run, fume. Why? Because now this man, they pay my children's school fees. This man is the one taking care of this and taking care of that. Because of that, their loyalty.
Now, on this your point on Islam, I want to ask this. When you look at Islam, Islam is Islam everywhere.
Yeah.
When you look at Christianity...
No, Islam is not really Islam everywhere.
No, it's not really Islam everywhere. But, I mean, to the core of it...
They still have within...
They still have... But for Christianity, we have several sects, several beliefs. Do you think that divide, as it were, has made the religion... you know, seem a certain way?
Yeah, I know that there's a lot of fight on Christianity. Why? Because, and that's why you have these divisions that we have within it. I was talking to a friend one day, there was something I saw online, a particular Muslim guy, you know, did a post. The post was a very funny one. One of their imams, you know, was teaching and then brought out two women, I think a man and a woman, for illustration. She was trying to explain something, and then in the bit of trying to explain the thing, as his hand was going for the explanation, the guy snapped when his hand was just as if he was trying to touch the private part of the woman. The guy snapped it and then posted it on Facebook. You know, like, how can a man be doing this? He was a Muslim. Do you know that in the comment section, all the Muslims that commented attacked the guy? That why, even if the imam did this, why will he bring this out here? They all defended. In fact, some now started saying that the guy that posted that thing is crazy. That something is wrong with him, that people shouldn't believe him. But if it was church that thing was posted, you see Christians tear down that pastor. When I saw that on Facebook, I was on the comment section, I was reading through every single one. There was none that condemned the imam. They were all telling the guy, something is wrong with you, your head is not correct. They were just, until the guy had to remove the post, deleted the post. Now, why am I saying this? I'm saying this because in Christianity, we have a whole lot of misunderstandings amongst ourselves. And part of why that is because the devil is fighting. Because you see, when you know that this is truth, is when everything is trying to fight that thing. The truth is that, like Jesus said, I'm the way, the truth, and the life. That's why things are the way it is. I know that we need to grow. I know that we need to, because it is a message of love. There seems to be a lot of people take advantage of it. Right. But over there in Islam, there are things you do and they kill you on spot. So everybody's scared.
Everybody's scared. Thank you so much.